Hola amigos, this is Sonny, the solar guy, just driving to my next consultation this afternoon, and I wanted to go over video or content that seems to be popular in the solar industry are, 5 mistakes that homeowners make when considering solar. So here's a couple things to consider. Right? Number one is sometimes people don't want to have an estimate done or an initial design or a proposal or go through it again because they've done it before. They did it 3 years ago with Solar City and they know everything, or they sat down with a guy in 2010 when rebates were available and they missed those, and so now there's no reason to do it. I mean, they've got an idea in their head and they're not moving past it. And I can tell you that if you've had a proposal in the past, but for some reason did not move forward, now is an excellent time to take a look again. And the reason why is a lot of things have changed. Primarily, the equipment's gotten better and it's also got less expensive. So take a look. If you're working with me or another consultant, or somebody in the past, they'd love to hear from you if they're still in the business, which the good ones are. And if they, just ask them to build another one for you. If it takes me 15, 20 minutes, it's time well spent. And if anything, you'll just look at it again, see what the changes have been made with the utility policy, and maybe look at it with fresh eyes. So don't make that mistake thinking that because you looked in the past, all things are consistent. And sometimes things can vary company to company, consultant to consultant. So keep that in mind. If you've seen one, you have not seen them all. So keep that in mind. Number 2, I don't want to go solar because it'll be hard to sell my house if I have a solar system. And that's just simply not true. You can get up on Zillow.com 2 weeks ago, published a report that homes with solar are selling for 4.1% higher than comparables without solar. So people are not reluctant to buy homes with solar. In fact, people that are looking for homes right now are looking for homes that are energy efficient, have energy efficient appliances, have solar, have modifications to the home they know that exist because they know that home costs less as an ongoing liability with solar. So lease or purchase, the facts, the evidence do not support that it's any more difficult to sell a house with or without solar. And if you have solar, you'll make more money on your house, according to Zillow, which is, a great site. I mean, they're one of the most renowned real estate websites right now in the industry. So, sorry, I got a call coming in there. Number 3, I don't want to lease a solar system. Leasing is bad. I only want to buy it, or vice versa. I've heard that buying's bad. I only want to lease, and we get both sides of that argument. And if you're working with a true consultant that's with your best interests in mind, which I think I am, and I'm not alone, but the first thing we do is evaluate your energy use. Then we come up with the design, then we come up with numbers, and we show you both, and it's really your decision. The fork in the road for me and my clients in general is if you can use that tax liability, which most people can. I mean, if you own a business or a 1099 salesperson, or you and your spouse work and pay a lot of taxes throughout the year, you got to buy it. You have to. But the lease works out for people that maybe don't have a lot of tax liability. They're on a fixed income. don't hardly pay any taxes or any taxes at all. So retired customers, elderly, they love the lease because it's a set amount of electricity with a production guarantee, and it never changes if it's done with a zero annual escalator, which is the only thing I do. So it really depends on your situation, so again, look at both options, and if you have any doubts or any concerns, talk to a tax expert, a CPA, call the IRS. They'll tell you. A lot of times you can plug in your previous year's tax return the cost, the anticipated project cost, and see how that would have reflected in your previous TurboTax return. I mean, you can play with the numbers. Number 4, I don't want to go solar because the equipment's only good for 10 or 15 years. I've heard that before, and that is not true. All of our equipment comes with a 25-year warranty. But I promise you, these solar panels that as you drive through your neighborhood and you see all your neighbors with solar on them, or you're out and about and see solar panels, even panel systems that were installed, in that rebate period here in Arizona, 2009, 2010, as long as somebody's not up there messing with the equipment or trying to fix it or monkeying around with it, that equipment will be producing electricity 50, 60 years from now. I mean, it's incredible. It's just technology. They won't be producing at the same level as it does initially, but it's still going to be worth it for that homeowner to have that equipment on their roof, taking what they can 50 years from now. So your equipment is not only warranted for longer than the term of the finance agreement, but you're down the road, your home's more valuable because the asset creating the electricity for that home is attached to that home, and it's built with long-term in mind. And number 5, I love this one. Hey, I'm not going to go solar with you, Sonny. I'm going to do it myself. I'm an engineer. I'm pretty smart. I love do-it-yourself projects. I know there's a website. I can get the panels, and I'll save myself, $7-8 grand by cutting you and your installation partner out of the deal. Haha, yay. Well, maybe so. Maybe you can do that. However, I have not known one person who has ever called me and said, I'm going to do it myself. And I call him a year later, hey, Jack, or, hey, Dave, did you, have that solar project worked out? The inverter, the panels, or whatever they had, or maybe it was just an, stage idea. They had not done anything. That's been my experience, because it is a bureaucratic pain in the butt, and we've got it dialed into a process. Working with your HOA, county, city for permit, all the steps. It's a formula with the utility. We make it super easy, super fast pre-installation, super easy, super fast post-installation. So we've got it dialed in. So don't think that you can save a few bucks doing it yourself, because you underestimate the pain in the neck it will be. There's a lot of processes involved, and allow an expert like myself into the picture. I'll guide your project, manage the entire construction of it, pre-installation and post-installation. That way everything's out of your hair, and 2 or 3 months later you're creating clean, green, inexpensive electricity. So those are my 5 reasons to consider that a homeowner, mistakes that usually homeowners make when considering solar. So if there's anything I can do for you, help you in any way, you have questions, or you have solar, you're thinking about getting solar, any of your friends, co-workers, people you go to church with, your neighbors, whatever, have them give me a call, and if they move forward, which most often people do, we'll give you a referral cash bonus at installation. So give me a call. My number is 480-200-4486. And I can help people who live in California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Florida, and Illinois. Have a great day.